Despite the fact I did not react, despite the fact I did not shout, despite the fact I did not frown my face as I don't like it. And they in today's video, we're talking about anger. Yesterday, I had an interview with a lady about anger. She interviewed me. She's a psychologist. She interviewed a lot of persons to talk about how they handled anger. So I told her, like, okay, so I'm going to put everything in the everything about the video in the description box below, so you go check out your girl. If I did well, good. If I didn't do well, please. So today I want to talk about how I have handled anger over the years. So let me issue a disclaimer. These are not words copied from Google or from any book I've read. That doesn't mean the books are not good. Google is not good, but I want to use my life experience to do this video. That's why I did not use Google or do any research on it. This is a practical way I've been handling anger over the years. So what is anger? Anger of annoyance or displeasure is a state whereby your state of mind is disturbed. That is what anger is. So how do I handle anger over the years? That's the question now. So the way I've been handling anger, it's quite funny, it's unusual, but I'm going to just drop it the way it is. I'm not going to edit. I've written it down, so I'll have like a sequential list of it. This is how I've been handling anger over there. So if you know me, you are close to me, you know that everything written here is 100% correct. So I've talked about what is anger, and so let's say, how do I handle anger? Oh man, okay. So first of all, if someone makes me angry, I'll put myself in the person's shoes and ask myself 3 questions. I don't just rush to shout or rush to conclusion because I'm not perfect. The first question I'm going to ask myself is it an honest mistake? Honest. Why do you writing this? I found out that the correct pronunciation is not honest. N-E-S, that's the transcription. Honest mistake. Is this an honest mistake from the person's part? Because there are some things you do, you actually did not plan to do it. This is a pure mistake and you did not plan to do it. So I'm trying to put myself, is this an honest mistake? If it's an honest mistake, I'm like, okay, let it slide. The second thing I'm going to consider is the person truly sorry? Is the person truly sorry for this offense, or is the situation, maybe something you're trying to do, or sometimes you can even be angry with yourself. Something you are trying to do, you're not getting it, you are just a place of your mind is just disturbed. So the third thing I'm going to look at is if the person is taking my simplicity for granted. Those are the 3 things I'll look at if someone else is making me angry. For example, the person I've done this in the first time, I let it slide. The second time, I let it slide. The third time, I let it slide. The fourth time, I let it slide. I'm going to look at it. Oh, this person is taking my simplicity for granted. I'm going to call the person to order. Please. So these are the 3 questions I'm going to ask myself regarding the person. So why did this happen? Is it a mistake? Is it that the person was trying to do it and the person could not do it? Is it that there's a computer error, a machine error, or something? What is going on? So try to listen to the person's point of view. Okay, so these are the 3 questions I will ask myself in regard to the person. Then that question will determine if I'll get angry or not. Then there are other things. This is what I'm going to do within myself, to myself. And the first I'm going to say, I try to be silent about the situation. So let the person explain. I'm like, okay, don't just lie, just say the truth. Don't lie. This is this. I try to do it and then work. Okay, next time try better, or come early, or do this. So I try to be silent. 2019 or 2020, I stop arguments. Since then, for like 4 or 3 years, I've never argued. I do not argue because I believe argument is a total waste of time, because I cannot argue to prove a point when there's nothing coming out of it. Maybe just talking about football or talking about microphone or talking about water or something. I don't argue. I believe in time, if I'm correct, you're going to know it. And I believe that if I'm wrong in time, I'm going to realize it. But if it's something that is deadly or something that you need to understand, maybe later on I can come to you that I'm trying to explain this thing to you, you are being difficult. This is this, and this is this. But argue like at the junction or in a vehicle, I do not argue. I do not argue. I do not, with neighbors or siblings, so I do not argue. So since I stopped arguments, my mental health have been at rest. I do not argue. So now what I'm working on myself is raising a voice. I try not to raise my voice. I try not to. So I'm silent. So silent works for me. If it doesn't work for you, you see a therapist or psychologist. But this is what works for me. Try to be silent. I do not argue. And I remember I am not perfect. So I do not expect the people around me to be perfect, because I don't know the mistake I'm going to make tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow holds for me, right? So that's why I try as much as possible to put myself in the person's shoe, because I am not perfect, and I know there is no human on earth that is actually perfect. So the next is I reduce expectation. I also reduce your expectation on humanity. Everybody is not perfect. Not everything you do that you are perfect. I do not know the mistake I'm going to make tomorrow. As I'm here, I don't know the mistake I'm making. I did not even know the mistake I've made yesterday, that they might call me to order that you did this and this. So reduce your expectation. When somebody do something, you blow it out, you call this, I like in your entire life, you have never made a mistake. You have never made a mistake. Reduce your expectation. We are humans. Even computer make mistake. The machines, they are bound to fail. We are humans. There are some things that you wake up in the morning you did not plan to do. There are some things you just forget. You're like, why did I forget this? Why? Oh my God. Are you perfect? Reduce your expectation. So my expectation for humanity is reduced. I expect everybody to make mistake. That's why in driving class they tell you, assume the other person is sleeping, assume the other person is insane. So if this person is insane, if the person coming is insane, you are sane, so you do the right thing. You try to avoid it, or you try to blow on, or you try to do so. Reduce your expectation. As I mean, I don't have expectation for high expectation for humanity, because they may fail, and that's why they are humans. They may fail. So put your hope in God. Put my hope in Jesus. Auntie, put your hope in Jesus. Uncle, please put your hope in Jesus. He's the only one that will not fail you. So the next one is, okay, later I try to tell the person about it. Like, this is what you've been doing over the years, or you've done this thing a couple of times. And despite the fact I did not react, despite the fact I did not shout, despite the fact I did not frown my face, as I don't like it. And a practical example here, I recall she was doing something again. She would come out like, oh, please don't do this. Oh, please don't do this. You do. So one day I called her and I said, you have been doing this thing and I do not like it. She's like, hey, I said, calm down. So she saw my face. I was like, you have been doing this thing. When next you do this thing, I'm not going to be happy with you. And she saw that, oh, this girl, because you come and do this, you jokingly, you go away jokingly, you go away like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. So when I called her to that, and thank God she could understand that, oh, this girl has been telling me, she just come, okay, I'll use joke and take it and go and this and this. I told her, I was like, not the, I told her the next day, like, this thing you have been doing, I don't like it, and I've told you before, please stop it. And thank God she's also good, and she noticed what she has been doing is not good, and she actually stopped it. I did not fight with her, I did not quarrel, I did not raise my voice, and that worked for me. So do what worked for you. So now I'm going to issue a disclaimer. At this point I'm listed here. If you try it and it works for you, good. If you try it and it didn't work for you, please see a therapist, because these are not psychologically proven. These are life examples, practical example of things I've been doing, the way I've been doing it to handle anger over the years, like, right? Some persons, they need to vent it that minute. Okay, so whatever work for you, do it. Me, I try not to talk, so I won't use a bad word on the next person or say something I will regret. So the next one is, okay, yeah. Remember when the Bible said, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. I want to receive mercy. And so I try to be merciful. I try to grant mercy. I try to give mercy so that I can receive mercy. So that's why I'm merciful. That's why I give room for people to make mistakes. So do not give high expectation. They are bound to make mistakes, but when the mistake is coming often, too often, coming often, you need to call them to order. Okay. Now, when the Bible also says anger rests in the bosom of fools, I don't want to be a fool. I'm trying to be wise as much as I can. I'm trying to be a wise girl as much as I can. So if anger is going to make me foolish, I avoid it. Okay. So now the next I'm going to say is that If I can avoid the situation, I will avoid it, or call the person to order. Okay, we've been doing this, and this. Okay, so what is your explanation? Now I'm going to give a life example. If I should like, if I have someone washing cups for me, and the person will always break the cup, will always break the cup, will always break the cup, and I'll call the person to order like, you've broken 7 cups in 7 days, right? And I'm not happy with it. So what do you want to do to avoid breaking cups in this office? What do you want to do? So I'll hear from the person. The person will give excuse. Okay, I will do this. I will come early to wash the cups. I won't wash the cup if I'm in a hurry. I'm not going to store cups. I'm going to be delegate for with my, whenever I'm handling the glass cups. I'm going to do this. I will not run while carrying the glass cups. So I'm going to hear from the person. What do you that you're always getting me angry every time? Even the children I teach, sometimes when they say sorry, I say okay, I accept it, but can you avoid it? I tell them, okay, you know that math, you sometimes make mistakes in your math. After writing, always check your work. I forgot. Oh, but you know yourself that sometimes you make some mistakes in math. Always check your work. Always check your work. The student, they know. I know they are not going to see this video, because if they should see this video, they say, oh, my teacher is always saying this to me. I tell them, accept your mistake. If you do something wrong, you say you're sorry. If you know this is your shortcomings, what have you done to it? How are you going to avoid it? How are you going to stop it? How are you going to work on yourself on it? So these are practical ways I've used to avoid getting angry. So remember, at first I said I'm going to put myself in a person's shoes if it's an honest mistake. If it's an honest mistake, I'll let it slide. And remember, some persons, they will take you for granted. That was why I said, if this mistake has come again, I'm like, no. This person is working on my intelligence. This person is taking me for granted. And a lot, humans, if you give them chance, they will take chances. They will take chances. So that's how it is. So if you find that this person is taking your simplicity for granted, you need to call the person to order. Despite the fact I don't talk to you, despite the fact I don't frown, despite the fact I don't shout, these things should be avoided, please. And if you find that the person is taking your simplicity for granted, maybe if like the person is maybe if you can change your colleague or change position, or you can do away with the person, pick another colleague, pick another time, or avoid it for your mental health. For my mental health, that's what I do. I try to avoid it, because I've said this thing again. I've called you, I've talked to you, I've been patient with you, I've waited for you, I've discussed with you how to avoid this thing you don't want to change. For my mental sake, for my mental health, I need to let you go. For my mental health, I need to avoid this office. For my mental health, I need to avoid this friendship. For my mental health, I need to have peace. I need to take my peace. So that is what I will do. So I just want to go through everything I've listed again. First, is an honest mistake? Is the person taking your simplicity for granted? If the person is truly sorry, because there are some mistakes you did not plan to do. There are some things you did not plan to do, you did not plan to say. And if you are sorry, please do not hesitate to say sorry. So these are the 3 things I'm going to put myself in the person's shoe to think about the person. Then the next one is, I try not to talk too much. I try to be silent, to listen to what the person have to say, to listen to the person's explanation. Yes, because the next reason why I try to be silent, so I don't say a bad word. That's how I also used to calm myself. And I will tell my husband that, please, I'm trying not to say a bad word. Please, I'm trying not to say a bad word. I don't want to talk. So himself will understand that she's trying not to talk, so I don't insult him or raise my voice or not to say a bad word. Because that's how I put myself in check. And apart from this anger issue, I don't argue. I believe if I'm correct about something, the person will know in due time. Maybe we're arguing like, okay, the flight ticket is $1. So the flight ticket is $2. Oh, I did it last week. Oh, I did it yesterday. Oh, I just did the flight ticket. So I'm going to tell myself that, okay, maybe there's an increment or a reduction in price. So we don't have to argue. Okay, let's go check the site again. Let's call the agent again. Let's do something. We don't have to argue. We don't have to raise our voice. This is how I'm putting myself in check. I want to make sure I stop raising my voice, so I don't raise my voice too much. I'm trying not to raise my voice. I'm trying not to raise my voice, not to argue. And I remember I said I am not perfect, so I don't expect anybody in this life to be perfect. So mistakes are bound to happen. Cars are bound to have accidents. They are bound to take you to your journey, take you for your destination, but mistakes happens. Plane will always crash. Plane will always have soft landing. Plane will always crash. Computer will just wake up and stop working. That is the computer for you. Your phone will just wake up and start booting and booting and booting and booting and booting. A human will sleep and wake up and gone too soon. That is just it. That is just it. Things are meant to happen. So when they happen, you don't kill yourself. You don't kill yourself. Then I try to tell the person about it, like not in an argumentative form or in a harsh form. Call the person, tell her that I've been noticing this thing, you did this thing, I've told you I don't like it. I remember when I was in school, there's someone, she will always come. If I buy this thing, she will take it home. If I buy this thing, I was like, do not take it, let me give you on my own. And this thing is very tiny, like something that it will not even cost me anything. But I was like, please do not take this thing, leave it. I'm buying for myself, I'm buying for you. So just wait. If you finish yours and mine is there, I will buy for you. Just wait, just wait. And before you know, I was like looking for this. Oh, this person are taking it. What is wrong with this person? What is wrong with it? So again. When they called the person to order, and I said, this thing you have been doing, it is not good, and I don't like it. I've told you in a playful manner. I've called you to order. Every time you ask me you want to take it, I said no. I said I do not like it. Please try to stop it. And it worked. So it has been working for me. So why don't you try it? You don't have to raise your voice all the time. You don't have to raise your voice. Oh, we don't have to be civil. We have to be civil. You don't have to raise your voice. And the next one is that is saying, remember, blessed are the mercy, for they shall obtain mercy. Who do not want to obtain mercy from God? Certainly not me. I want to obtain mercy from God, and anger rests in the bosom of fools. So I also pray about it. Whenever I'm angry, I say, God, please take this anger away from me. And sometimes I say, God, please work on this person, so this person is not going to do this, so this person is not going to that. Let us have peace in our friendship. And the next I'm going to say, if I can avoid this situation, avoid the person, avoid everything, I will avoid it. If I tried everything possible, I find out that the person don't want to yield, and this friendship is not yielding anything, this situation is not yielding, I try to avoid it or try to do it again. Sometimes working with computer, working with my gadgets, working with stuff like this, and it's not working, I give it a break. Then I come back to it and find out that, oh, it's actually working, just needed a break. Sometimes the friendship needs a break. Yeah, I've gotten a break before from my friend. I gave my friend a break. Yeah, I gave my friend a break, and we came back strong. So thank you for watching. I don't want this video to be so long. So if you watch up to this point, how do you handle anger? How do you handle anger? So let's see it in the comment section below. Thank you everyone that supported my journey as a YouTuber. Thank you my Fash family for coming for me. Thank you everyone. Bye. Remember to like this video. Remember to click on the like button. Like. Then share. Then leave your comments below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please, to support the growth of my YouTube channel, just click on the subscribe button. Someone asked me, what's the cost of subscription? Like, you don't have to pay any money, just with your data. So you click on the subscribe button and the notification bell, so you get a notification on my next post. Thank you. I really love every one of you. Bye.